Hey guys, Nick Bosco here, and today we're going to talk about a little bit something about the UFC and are there teams? Are there teams in the UFC? A lot of people like to say like, oh, I'm Team Conor, or are you on Team Khabib, or Team Nate, or whatever it is. But if you think about it, it's like you're rooting for your favorite athlete, right? Just like you root for your favorite team. Like baseball is the sport. The MLB is the organization, and then you have the Yankees, the Red Sox. They hate each other. You have all these other teams. But is the UFC like that, right? MMA is the sport, UFC is the organization, and then who's your team? Is it Conor? Is it Nate? I mean, obviously when two fighters are fighting each other, you can be on one side or the other. You know, you're rooting for so-and-so, you're rooting against so-and-so. But when you're on Twitter, it's like so insane. I've realized it more lately, and people are getting more obsessed with like, oh, are you a fan of him? Like, oh, especially like Conor and like the bigger names. Like, can you like Conor and Khabib both? Yes, I don't see why not. People think no. Either you're a fan of Khabib, you're a fan of Conor. You're a fan of Conor, you're a fan of Nate. You're a fan of Colby Covington, you're a fan of Kamaru Usman. You're a fan of Jorge Masvidal, you're a fan of Usman, or you're a fan of Diaz, or whoever. It's becoming so insane that people are like so diehard on one or the other. I feel like it should be, you know, you're a fan of the UFC. You can dislike fighters. You can like more than one fighter. You can be a hardcore fan of a certain fighter. But are there teams? That's what I want you guys to comment down. What do you think? Do you think that you can be on a team for one fighter? Do you think you could be a fan of a certain gym, maybe? Or you could be a fan of fighters from a certain area? Like you, team UK fighters, or I'm team New York fighters, you know? It's becoming more of like, you have to hate on another person because they're a fan of Conor, or they're a fan of so-and-so, they're a fan of Ronda, they're a fan of Chris Cyborg, they're a fan of whoever. It's like people are immediately targeting these fans because of who they are rooting for in a fight. I feel like it's like when you look at like the Yankees and the Red Sox, they hate each other. So it's like, do Nate Diaz fans have to hate Conor fans? It's not teams like that. I feel like if a fighter does something wrong, which, you know, Conor McGregor is being investigated for a sexual assault, that is, if you don't like him because of that, that is fine. If you don't like him as a person, but you want to see him fight, that's fine too. I don't think it has to be team against team, fighter against fighter. Each fight is a new thing, you know, if Nate Diaz is fighting Conor McGregor and you hate Conor, so you're a fan of Nate Diaz, but then what if Nate Diaz fights Jorge Masvidal and you like Jorge Masvidal better? Like, are you gonna hate Nate Diaz? No, you still like him. You just root for whoever you want to root for in the fight. Tell me if you agree or disagree. I don't know. I guess I'm just the kind of person that just will root for who I like in that specific fight, or, you know, I can dislike a fighter for certain reasons, or I can like fighters for other certain reasons. So let me know what you guys think. Are there teams? Should there be teams? So comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you want. Follow me on Twitter if you want. It's at NIKBOS. And I know next week I'll be heading to UFC 246. And I will see the people on their teams up close and personal. So, alright guys, thanks for tuning in.